Hello there and welcome to another BoBeats video, and today I am at Superbooth, the world's largest synth event, and I'm gonna take you through the event, show you some really cool synthesizers. But first, I want to just introduce some friends of mine. They helped me get to Berlin.
Christian here and Stefan.
From Synths, you know, the music store that focuses on gear from small manufacturers. And just like last year, you guys are running a mega sale. How big is the sale?
It's our biggest sale.
So one of the synths that are in the Superbooth sale is the Metal Fetishist. It's priced kind of crazy.
It's definitely a crazy price.
So guys, go and check out Synths. They helped me get to Berlin to Superbooth and bring you this coverage. Go and check them out, linked down in the description. And for this year's Superbooth video, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be asking friends from the synth YouTube community a really important synth question. So Eric, what's one thing that you wish you knew about synth sooner?
We're gonna get to Eric and his answer really soon, and we're also gonna hear from all of these people in the video. But first we need to take the S-Bahn to Wohlheide and check out some new synths. One of the first synths I really wanted to check out was the new Modal synthesizer. It sort of came out of nowhere, and I think there's many of us who are really happy to see that Modal are back in the game again. Their new synth is called Element 1, and it's a very beginner-friendly 8-voice virtual analog synth based on the Cobalt 8 with a simplified physical UI, a street price around 600 euros, and the most important thing is they have improved the knobs.
Feels so much better. I have literally been complaining about the knobs on the Modal synths since the Argon 8. They're finally a lot better. And make sure to leave a comment if you want to see a full review of the Element 1, because if a lot of you say that you want a review of it, I will make one. So I am here with Nyström, because that's how you say it in Swedish.
Yeah, exactly.
And you are showing off the new Nyström Hum 2.
The Hum 2.
Hum 2, as we would say in Swedish.
So we have 3 voices here, each played by these touchpads. And you can lock them.
So it's like a hold, basically.
Yeah, it's a hold, yeah. And then you have, you know, the normal filter stuff and tone control, which is different for each engine. So now we're on a sort of organ engine. And you can make it a chord. And then you start to randomize here.
And the randomization is a pretty big part, right, of the engine here.
Exactly, that's what's generating the sequence, basically. And now it's just ever evolving, but you can loop it. So now it's a static loop. And let's bring in voice number 2 here. And you can switch the engine per voice. So let's make this... Sorry. This is a wavetable now.
So there are different voice modes.
Yeah, and right now this is just static again, but we can have these sensors here, which is also a big part of this synth. So we have a distance sensor, light sensor, and tilt and touch control. So let's map this tilt to the frequency. So hold down tilt and then turn this frequency. And now we can...
So when you accidentally drop it off the table, it'll actually make a meaningful noise.
Sound. Yeah. And you can map these to multiple things at once. So let's do maybe the control the wave table with the distance. And then here you have the effects section. So you got the built-in delay and reverb and drive as well.
Can we try to make like some sort of like almost acidy bassline thing?
Let's try. It's more catered toward ambient stuff, but let's try.
Let's see. Yeah, we're just curious if you could do it.
And this far into the video, we should probably unpause Eric and hear what he has to say.
Something that I learned over time that I wish I knew at the beginning was that what's right for me is not necessarily what's right for everybody else, and the other way around. You know, you get sometimes caught up, you see something and they say, oh, this is the cool thing or the good thing, and maybe it's not the cool thing or the good thing for you, but it is for them. So find what's good for you, find your workflow, and find the gear that's the best for you.
The best feeling at Superbooth is when you find something unexpected. It's made by Data Machines, and it's this 16-track groovebox that has built-in synthesizers. You can use samples, you can do loops, and it's actually quite a bit of fun to use. And I think it speaks to the quality of the design if I can pick something up and like make a beat in no time.
If you want to make music with synthesizers, don't just buy a monosynth, buy a groovebox or something that you can make a whole song or close to a whole song with. Because if your goal is to jam or make music, buying a monosynth to start and just sitting with that, you're going to find it frustrating.
I am here with Chris Lodi, that you might know from YouTube. You make some excellent tutorials.
Thank you.
And you're here representing Sonicware today.
Yes, I am, yeah.
And you are showing off the new Minimal. So it looks like a Liven, but it's not really.
Yeah, they've implemented some upgrades, so now we have USB, so we can use that to transfer samples in and out of the device, and we can back things up. We've got a row of extra knobs here too, so that gives us a lot more hands-on control. So overall, it's a 10-track drum machine with 1 track of bass. This is an analog modeling bass synthesizer.
Yeah.
So a lot of the main drum sounds are synthesized. Bass drum, snare drum, and hi-hats are synthesized, and the rest can use samples that are either the ones that are built in, or you can record your own samples or transfer your own samples in and use those as one-shots, cushion sounds, or loops. And the last track 10 is dedicated loop track, so you can use time and stretching on that. And also the samples can be played across the keyboard too, so there's a keyboard mode, so you can pitch them up, down, so there's a lot of usability.
What I should have known about synths beforehand, they won't help you getting laid.
Another synth that surprised me was the Compacts from Modal. It's kind of this West Coast inspired synthesizer, and it actually sounds kind of cool. It features a complex oscillator section with a wave folder. And it also has a sequencer, which is primarily meant for modulation. I also got a chance to try out Gentronic's new Transparent C. It's this multi-performance effect that is actually really fun. It has multiple effects. We got a filter, and you can also do stutter on it. And it's just fun. And if you're wondering what's going on with Korg at Superbooth, well, they did showcase the NTS mixer, but it wasn't really anything that I was interested in. But I was very interested in this secret mystery synth that they were showcasing. And I have some ideas what it is, and I think no, I won't say it. Instead, I want you to leave a comment letting me know what you think it is. I also got a chance to try Twisted Electron's new Flex FM. It's an 8-voice FM-based groovebox basically, but it can also use samples, and it has 32 operator modes or engines.
So I just found the cutest Canadian couple. And
That's us.
yeah, and you are here at Superbooth for the first time, right?
Yep.
And how has it been?
My God, it's incredible here. You know, it's you come out into nature and it's filled with synthesizers. What else could you ask for?
It's his bucket list, so we're crossing it off.
So I'm here with Justin from Allen Instruments, and you are finally showing off the actual hardware of your new space drum, right?
Correct. This is Space Drum. This is the world's first generative and audio reactive drum machine. So you're looking at an 8-voice sample engine, global controls, 8 channels of generative sequencing. So this is all real time. It already knows billions of beats. It's got awesome sound design. You work with it in real time to create rhythms, and it has audio reactivity, which means that it's actually going to listen to your audio in real time. Audio comes in through here, can also come in through USB. So it could be a mix, it could be a microphone, it could be an instrument, it could be your whole Ableton session, and it will process your audio in real time and generate further drums that complement your rhythms, complement your music.
That's really cool.
We can build incredibly complicated and powerful technologies, but at the end of the day, if they aren't intuitive or inspiring, then they're nothing.
So I am here again with Allard, who made the Melancholytron, and I just wanted to ask you, how has the reception from the community been?
Overwhelmingly positive, I must say, and I didn't really expect that. People liked actually the simplicity of the instrument and that it was tied to one specific state of mind.
So what are your future plans with the brand and with the Melancholytron?
We decided to make a production model because the first one was only 10. So now we make 100 keyboards, and also on many requests we also make now a module version. And I also redid the book. With the Melancholytron you actually buy the book, so the book is now slightly bigger. But just like in the previous book, the manual is not complete. So there are still a lot of things that you have to find out yourself.
All right, so we have the new Polyand drum machine. It's called Drums.
The Polyand drum is really expensive, but I will say that it was actually really fun and also quite easy to make beats on.
So what are we seeing here?
So you've got 8 instruments, and each of them can be either digital, virtual analog, physical modeling, FM, or analog.
I always liked the vintage stuff because I thought it was different in a way, I thought it was better in a way, but the really important thing for me to realize, as far as compatibility with something that's a little bit old or something that's really old, if it makes audio, you can still use it. And if it processes audio, you can still use it. So it doesn't have to be new and shiny and fresh. It doesn't have to be exactly compatible with everything else you have. If you like something about it, and it makes noise, it can still be useful to you.
So I'm here with
Nick at Buchla.
and we're checking out the Ziggy, which kind of caught me by surprise actually. The whole form factor feels very, I don't know, it's appealing, feels very like approachable, even for somebody like myself who has no like history with Buchla. I never owned one or really dived into it.
With the low pass gates, you can get very quick, snappy percussive sounds, which are characteristically Buchla. And then one cool thing we've done here, so you can actually play the Ziggy without an external keyboard, is to quantize, especially if I bring in some delay here. And then if I open up the envelope a little bit, and then let's bring in the modulation oscillator. And now we can find a balance between those two. So those are the two components that make up the Ziggy, right? The complex oscillator and the modulation oscillator. But what really makes it distinctly Buchla is the interplay between them, right? Because instead of like a subtractive synth, we're taking a complex wave shape and then subtracting from it with a filter. We're starting with a complex oscillator, we're modulating it, adding harmonic content, adding things going on. So one big thing with the Ziggy is it is based around presets and programs. So you have immediately usable sounds, so, and stereo effects. So some typical Buchla bongos, right? So there's Buchla sounds in here. So we're in sort of Buchla land, but then if we want to hold the arpeggiator, and now we're in like sort of bassline world.
My answer comes from a bit of a privileged position because I had the chance to touch most of the synths coming out, and the more I go ahead in this journey, the more I realize that I like certain thing, and I stick, for example, with this guy since day one, and it's one of the most basic thing, and this makes me think that the faster you clear in your mind what you want to do with an instrument, the easier it's going to be for you to learn it and decide what you need. Whatever comes easy to you doesn't mean that comes easy for others. So lean into where you find comfort. If what you want to do is music, then find things that helps you doing music and not distract from that.
So I am here at the Bungalow Dorf with Synth UX. What has been going on with Synth UX since I last saw you?
Yeah, so actually Vlad right there, Vlad and I have been working for the past 4+ years. And if you remember from the past, we're actually a non-profit organization. We basically take developers out of their comfort zone inside of iOS apps and websites, and we say, let's build synthesizers together. The biggest achievement is basically the looper that we introduced last year. You can record a lot of things into this and make them into a complete synthesizer. Like it could be granular, it could be a slicer. It's a looper that is really designed for you to perform with, to explore.
Oh, nice.
You know, honestly, I think the thing I wish I knew sooner was how great of a community there is, because for the longest time in Canada, I was just making electronic music alone, and it took me quite a few years to realize how great the community is, and I wish I found that out sooner.
Hi. So
it's good to see you again.
It's good to see you again. So I'm here with Body Synths, and you have...
The power just came up again.
The power just came on. You made so much noise that you blew a fuse.
No, I didn't do a fuse. No, we've had a few power issues.
Yeah, so I'm here with Body Synths, and they're showing off their new laboratory.
Imagine you can think about it as it's a delay that has a filter on its path, and it's designed to be pushed into absolute noise. Or you can think about it like it's a noise machine that's made of parts that you can use for what they are. So you can use this just as a filter, or just as a delay, or you can just use it as a distortion.
Yeah, I thought about this for a while, and it's easy to jump into technicalities, but then it struck me, like early in my childhood even, maybe teenage years, I wish there was sort of a network of people around me where you could just, if you had questions, if you had just someone that could tell you that this exists, this is like a real musical instrument. I wish someone would have been that, say, you know, this could actually lead to you playing in a band, or this has a place in the musical history, in the musical palette, and you shouldn't just think of this as a toy. I wish I had the knowledge of that, and especially today, there's a much higher acceptance of mixing various camps together, and there is I think, at least I do, encourage that type of crossover between classically trained musicians, electronic musicians, and I wish someone, I had someone to kind of tell me that this is actually something that could be interesting.
Listening to what Cuckoo was missing growing up made me realize something about Superbooth. It's not an event about consumerism. Instead, it's an event where people come together for the love of the art of creating beautiful instruments that makes it possible for us to create in new and exciting ways.
So that was everything I had to share with you from Superbooth this year. And as always, make sure you like the video, leave a comment what you thought was most interesting, and be sure to share the video with anybody who couldn't attend Superbooth this year. And also, go and check out Synths, the music store that focuses on gear that really fits here with the Superbooth theme, because it's gear from small manufacturers, indie manufacturers, the golden nuggets, the stuff that you won't find in regular stores. So as always, have a great day. Talk to you later. Go ahead, bro. Come here! Come here!